Hello everyone, welcome. So my name is Omomi Odumbako. Today we are going to be learning how to draft a basic short. So to draft your basic short, these are the required measurements that you'll be needing: your waist circumference, your hip circumference, your waist to hip line, your waist to your short length. Okay, then you need your round thigh measurement, the circumference of the trouser length. That is all the measurements you'll be needing. And as you can see, I've drawn out some lines. This will serve as our baseline here. From here to here is 0.25. From here to here is 2.5 inches, and from here to here is 2.5 inches as well. You have to draft it because I'm going to be drafting the back and the front at the same time, then we will later separate it. So let's proceed into the class. So the first thing you are going to be needing now is to divide your hip circumference by 4. Okay, this is our waistline. This is the trouser, the short length. Okay, that's the short length. So that is the short length here. You can see the line. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to divide my hip circumference by 4. So this hip circumference I'm working with is 44. So I'm going to divide 44 by 4. I have 11 inches. I'm going to mark here. I will mark my hip circumference divided by 4 on all the 4 sides. Okay, I'm going to mark it on all the. So I'm going to be using it to form a square. So I've marked it from here to here. I've marked from here to here. Then I'll still go ahead and mark from this place to this side. Then I'll try to match it up here. So when it's okay, I'm going to connect each point like so. You connect each point like so. Then you connect this one as well. Okay, so I've used it to form a square box like this. This is the first thing that you are going to be needing. Then before I forget, the length of my shorts is just 20 inches. Yours can be more and it can be shorter. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to mark now is so this is the thigh line. This is the thigh line here. This is the thigh line, and this is our crotch line. Okay, so we want to extend this line. To extend it, you are going to divide your hip circumference by 20. You know we divided by 4. That's how we got this. Now we are going to extend this. Divide it by 20. The one I'm working with is 44. 44 divided by 20. I have 2.2. So I'm going to extend it like so. Then, we have not marked the hip line. So you are going to come up by 2 inches from your thigh line here. Come up by 2 inches. Come up by 2 inches. In case you did not measure your client, you can use these 2 inches for your client. It's just a standard and it can be worked around. Okay, so that is how you're going to do it. So we have to extend this. So the next thing we are going to do now is to come to this hip line here on the crotch line. Hip line on the crotch line. Go outward by 0.25. From this line, go outward by 0.25. We are going to be connecting it from here to this point. Okay, so we are going to match them up. We are going to be matching them up like so. So we are going to match it up like that. So that's we are successfully extend the crotch. Okay, now some people, when they wear their trouser, you will see the trouser coming to the side or coming to the front. In order to avoid that, this is how to correct that issue. So you are going to measure from here to here. I have 13.5. Whatever you have, measure from this point to this end. This is the inseam. This is the outer seam. From the inseam to the outer seam, or from the outer seam to the inseam, measure any one that you have. Measure it, divide it into 2 equal halves, like so. After dividing it, you mark it. Come to your trouser length. You are going to input the same measurements. Then you draw a straight line to connect. Okay, so this is it. So I successfully connect the lines like that. Now, here, the circumference of your trouser length, if it is 20, you're going to divide it by 2. After dividing it by 2, if it is 20, you divide it by, that is 10. You are going to share the 10 into 2 again. Put 1 here, put 1 here. The one I'm working with is 20. So I'm going to divide by 20 into 2, that is 10. So I'm going to input 1 here. I'll put 1 on the other side. Don't mind the distraction, please. So I'm going to connect the dots. Divide your the circumference of your, so I'm going to be connecting it straight into the tie line like so. That's the first connection. Then you bring your curve ruler like this one. So see the way I'm going to be inputting the ruler here. Can you see? I didn't place it too straight nor too curved. So you're going to place it like so. Can you see it? Then you're going to connect it straight into the crotch extension. So that is that about this part. So this trouser now, I'm going to be using an elastic band for it. I'm not using so from here, in order to avoid your trouser from packing, you come in by half inch at the center there. Let me use pencil here so that we can get. So on this side, at this center here, we want to, because we are going to be attaching elastic band to this pants, I'm going to be removing half inch at the center here. Then I'm going to connect it straight into the crotch, okay, so that the trouser will not pack at the front here. Then you are going to measure whatever is left here. I have 10.5, so that's enough for me. For my, I'm not going to be using waist circumference here because I'm going to be adding elastic band. Elastic band to this. I've forgotten. Is it elastic band? Okay, we are going to be adding elastic to this, not band. Okay, so that is it. So now, after this, the next thing we are going to do now is to come down from this particular line here by 1 inch or half inch. Anyone you can try the two, but I've tried this and it works for me very well. So all these ones is to avoid the trouser from packing at the front, to avoid bulge at the front of your trouser. So this one is going out, we don't need it. This one is going out too, we don't need them. So this is what we are going to be cutting out. Let me clean this. So you come down by 1 inch here to avoid the trouser from packing at the front. It will lay flat at the front for you. So the next thing now is to draft the back pattern. So now it's time for us to draft the back pattern. So to draft the back pattern, from this crotch line here, just go inward by 1 inch at the crotch line here. Can you see? At this crotch line here, go inward by 1 inch. At the waistline, at the upper part here, go inward by 2 inches. Then at the waistline here, go up by 1.5 if that person doesn't have much butt, but it has a very big back side. You can use 2 inches. So I'm going to be using 2 inches here. So I'm going to connect the dots. I'm going to be connecting it like so. I'm going to connect it like so. So this is it. So that's the crotch line for the back. So I decided to use 2 colored pen for this because if you don't do this, there's tendency that you may mix the back for the front and you may mix the front for the back. So this is the back crotch line. This is the front crotch line. Wherever you see green pen, you know that is the back. Whenever you see red pen, you know that is the front. Now, let's proceed. So I'm going to be extending these lines. I'm going to be extending these lines. I'm going to be extending these lines. That is all. So now I want to measure. Then let's not forget, at the side here, you have to come up by half inch from this one, the first line here. This is the outer line for the front. You have to go up by 0.5 inch, 0.5, okay? You come up by 0.5 inch here. You are going to connect it straight. Then you are going to connect it into the one that you came down with. I hope you get my point. You know we came down by 1 inch here. you connect it into it like that. Okay, so now let's continue to the back pattern. So now you're going to measure your whatever you have here. I have 11.7 10.75 here. You're going to do the same thing here. You're going to mark it here on this line. You're marking it on this line, so you come up by ½ inch on this side too. You know, this is the front one. If you don't come up by this ½ inch here, it will become shorter. It must be equal. Okay, so you're going to come up by ½ inch for this one as well, so that this one and this one, these two sides can be equal. So from there I will connect straight back into it. What I did is just that I measure my waist circumference that I have here, then I bring it down from this. You know, this is our new crotch line for the back. You mark it here, then you connect. You come up by ½ inch at the side. It is very compulsory you do this because our side is higher while the front is lower. If you watch this very well. So the next thing we are going to do now, we are going to be inputting our hip circumference divided by 4 on this extension. You know, we are working on the back now. So my hip circumference divided by 4, I have 11 inches. You mark it here. Measure whatever you have here. Let me measure it. I have 1.5. Place it on the hip line. Then you are going to be connecting it straight. So you are going to be connecting it straight like this. Connect it into this. So now we are done with this part. Come to this side, mark ½ inch here. On this side too, mark ½ inch here. So we are done with this side. So on this side, mark ½ inch inward at the trouser length. We are going to connect it straight into the thigh line, like so. Then you are going to blend the sharp edges. Always blend the sharp edges. Don't leave it sharp, okay? So that is that. Then come to this place. You know, we divide, when you want to extend the crotch here, we divide our hip circumference by 20 to get the crotch extension. But for the back, we are going to be dividing it by 4. So your hip circumference, whatever it is, if it is 40 divided by 4, you know that is, if it is 40 divided by 10, you know that is 4. I'm going to use it to extend it. So mine is 44 divided by 4, I have 4.4. So I will start my 4.4 from this green line. I will mark it here. Then I will extend it like so. Can you see it? So after the extension, you know we came out by 0.25 here. We are going to do the same thing on this line. Then we are going to connect it straight inward. Look at the way I'm going to be connected. You don't just connect the crotch for the back anyhow. It shouldn't be too curvy and not too straight. Look at the way I'm placing the ruler. Look at the way I'm placing the ruler. So that this thing will not go into your bum. That's how you have to connect it that way. It's not curved and it's not straight. So I'll just connect this straight into it like that. Okay. Connect it straight into it. Can you see the connection? Then you know we mark ½ inch here already. We are going to be connecting it back like you use your curve ruler like you did for the front, like so. Then you connect. So after marking the ½ inch on the trouser length, on the short length here on this side, you connect it back to the hip line, the thigh line, sorry. Then you mark it at the inseam here. Then you connect it back to this with your curve ruler. Don't let it be too curvy and not too straight. Okay. So now we have come to the end of the drafting. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to separate this pattern. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to separate these patterns with the head of this tracing wheel. Okay. So with the aid of this tracing wheel, I'm going to be tracing this pattern out. And a lot of people may be afraid, how will I get tracing wheel? Tracing wheel is not in my area. Do not worry. You can as well decide to draft this pattern in 2 places. The same way like this, no difference. Just draft it in 2 places. Then you cut the front separate from one draft. Cut the back separate from the other draft. You've succeeded in coming, you are going to arrive at the same place. So if you have this, fine, and if you don't have it, do not worry. Just prepare two patterns. Take back from one, take the front from one, then you combine them. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to be tracing this out. I'm tracing the, wherever you see red lines, that is telling you that I'm tracing the front pattern. Okay, I'm tracing the front pattern. So I'm going to do this behind the camera, and I'll come back and show us. We trace the back, we trace the red pattern like that. We trace it like that. You know, the trouser length of the back and the front is the same, so you have to trace. That's the only thing that you're going to trace on both. You're going to trace the length on both, but every other one is separate. You understand? So after tracing it, I'll come back and show us the two patterns. Okay, thank you. So I've said this is the master pattern that we drafted, and here, you know, we use green marker for the back. There is the back, and here is the front. Here is the front pattern. Can you see? So the next thing is to cut this out, match your patterns together, then sew. So if you know this video has been helpful to you, kindly like, comment, and share. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to my channel. And our registration of our online classes are still going on. If you want to join one of our classes, kindly send us a message through the number going on the screen. Thank you. Till I come your way next time. My name is still remains Odumba Komomi. Thank you. Bye.